they've already made a lot of progress on. So when you look at workers' compensation reform, when you look at malpractice reform, those are regulatory reforms that have happened. Even to the extent there was a bill on dram shop liability. If you were a business or if you were a restaurant that sold alcohol, you had to carry a special insurance policy so that if somebody in your restaurant drank too much and then went out and got in a car accident, you were liable for their car accident, which is just a wild concept, that you were somehow responsible for what your customer did with the product you sold them. If you extrapolate that out, that becomes a really messy regulatory issue. So we've started to make progress on a lot of areas. As a state, we have one of the most burdensome administrative codes as it relates to just bureaucracy creating rules for how people operate. And so this is, I'll get more focused as we go, but there's also the possibility, and this is actually one of the things that the Trump administration has done federally, is just set up a rule. For any new rule going onto the books, you've got to take 3 off. And I think they're actually closer to like, for every one new rule, they're taking like 20 off of the books. And the higher that ratio, the better as far as I'm concerned. But there is a certain degree to which in the fight to reduce regulation, it's simply about just getting rules off the books. A lot of these never, there's no legislative review of these things. Once they're created, they never see the light of day again, and they just start to accumulate and accumulate and accumulate. And nobody ever goes back to the rule from 20 years ago and says, hey, is this still necessary or can we get rid of it? And so setting up a review process, Texas actually has a really good, they have a commission in the state of Texas, the Texas Sunset Review Commission. And on a 5-year rolling basis, they review every regulation, every department, every agency, and then issue recommendations back to the legislature on whether or not this rule needs to be altered or outright abolished or just renewed, whatever that is. And then again, you're building in accountability for that system.